This is the story of 6 mixed martial artists, 3 Canadians who will train and fight in Brazil, and 3 Brazilians who will train and fight in Canada. The 6 fighters will be teammates, Brazilians, Canadians, helping each other win through Fight Exchange. Previously on Fight Exchange, 3 Canadian MMA fighters arrive in Brazil to prepare for the biggest fights of their lives.
Ah, yeah, that's why I picked this little boy.
I'm not used to living with large numbers of people.
For the relative strangers, tensions rise in the shared apartment.
I'm referring to a black princess over here.
So you call me princess all you want. Remember, baby
What's 1 plus
boy.
1? We need to find this girl like nice tan lines, some big fake boobs.
It's just like really sexist, and I was really upset.
Earning the respect of the coaches at Brazil's top gym is critical to the Canadians' success.
Wasn't training back home preparing for this.
Mike fails his first test, putting all the pressure on Kara and Nate to perform.
Prepara!
Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. At one of the greatest gyms on the planet, Nova União, 3 Canadian fighters endure their first training session under master coach Andre Pederneiras.
It's really impressive. Like, their sparring's incredible. Their training's very hard.
Fuck, you just gotta get used to it and just build up. They're a known team, and that's just how it is, you know?
Got to train with a lot of great guys, so I just feel like for some reason someone keeps putting me in line to meet certain people so I can get to where I need to be with this sport.
I'm so impressed with everyone, with Kara, Nathy, and Michael. And they went to the gym and they had tough trainings, you know. We trained so hard in Nova União.
Today's training session is for professional fighters only. It's been tough, and for Nate, it's about to get tougher. Nate is the first Canadian to be dropped into Nova União's dreaded Shark Tank. Up to 20 one-minute rounds against several opponents, with only a 1-minute break after every 5 challengers. As a more experienced fighter, Mike has a lot to offer his teammate.
Nate, hand on his bicep, get to your feet. Elbows tight, Nate, don't punch. You gotta open up his guard first.
These are the toughest of sparring partners. Here, Johnny Eduardo, a UFC fighter and Nova União's Muay Thai kickboxing coach, takes his round with Nate.
Good job. One more. After that hook to the body, double leg. Again, double knife. Drive. Circle to the back. Right leg step over his leg. Good, put his back on the mat. Go to his back. Right hand reach for his hip. Good, up, Nate. Up. Watch the head. Watch triangle, omoplata. Drive into him, Nate. Keep your right hand behind your back, Nate. Right shoulder to the mat. And get your left hand in behind his butt. Drive it through. Beautiful. Good.
I really like the experience with the training. A lot harder than I'm used to. There's a lot more experienced guys here, so it'll help me bring my game up to where it needs to be. Got thrown around a lot, so I'm pretty hard on myself, and I'm pretty pissed off about that kind of shit right now, you know?
In a gym where sparring partners have been known to knock each other out, there's nothing better than the Shark Tank to prepare Nate for his fight.
I actually took a couple of good head kicks too. I got a ringer. A real good ringer today.
Nate's sparring partners make sure he's taken care of between rounds.
That's the kind of support I like having around. Like, it meant a lot to me to know that this was my first time training with these guys, and a lot of these guys were still rooting for me. It means a lot to me.
There's one guy after the other, but not really a rest in between. And then when you did get your rest, it was kind of like 1 minute's not enough for all these guys.
This is the Shark Tank. No one is ever allowed to quit.
Joga o peso todo no braço dele.
I'm like, man, I just want to finish and die right here on the spot.
On the other side of the gym, awaiting her own Shark Tank test, Kara spars with Claudia.
I did want to quit on myself, but these guys were backing me, and they were like, no, 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 keep going in.
You can't give up. You can't give up.
Prepara!
Let's go now. Training is hard. Life is easy. Fight is easy.
Pode ficar aqui o teu adversário. Foi!
It's now been more than half an hour since Mike passed on the Shark Tank. He hasn't been invited to spar since.
Those rounds were some of the best rounds of my life. They sucked too. I like that high intensity training because, to be honest with you, I just need this.
Nate survives the Shark Tank. He's passed the initiation, and now he's an honorary member of the Nova União team.
Have fun with it, keep pushing forward. It'll make the fight easier.
Life's hard. It is, yeah. You said, training's hard, life's easy. Yeah.
Mike works up the courage to ask Marlon Sandro about getting into the Shark Tank. Sandro is happy to throw Mike in.
Going to a new team and you're showing up in a different country, like you better expect to, to see what you're made of, because that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna test you. Yeah, I was training one guy. I got hit like every time he hit me. He said sorry every time. So it's not like he didn't know he's hitting me hard. He knew. He just kept going. Like, it's cool. I'm okay.
Mike's sparring partner encourages him to keep fighting, to not give up.
He doesn't have any striking. He's trying not to throw hard with these guys is because he doesn't have any striking ability. So he's just hoping that he can slip a punch and go for the takedown, and when that doesn't work for him, he gets resentful.
I'm not gonna walk out with my head down like a little baby. You know, like I have pride too, right?
Marlon Sandro spots blood under Mike's eye and tells him to get it fixed.
You know, I'm throwing little light jabs, and these guys are just throwing bombs in my face. You know, like I got a cut today. You know, I trained for 4 years, I never got a cut. You know, and all of a sudden now, like my first half an hour in the gym, I got a cut on my face, and you know, a little swollen eye.
He's all beaten up. He's complaining that he's beaten up, and everyone's beaten up. You know, he's not unique in any way of how he was treated.
Just a scratch.
Having a fresh cut is a serious matter, since it could cause the cancellation of Mike's fight.
They're all really tough. It's a tough sport in general and tough crew, and they all train hard, and that's why they have guys at the top level, because they know how to train, you know. Normally, like a week out before a fight, when you're dieting, cut a good amount of weight, your body's weaker, your body's sore already. You should be able to move light and just keep moving, keep your cardio, working your technique. That's what's important before a fight. Not going there and getting cuts on your face and potentially not having a fight because you have a cut and stitches. So it's definitely not the smartest way to train before a fight.
I have hurt rib. I can't.
Mike says he's got a bruised rib, so he's not sparring with Claudia. To the Nova União team, quitting the Shark Tank is sacrilege.
It really hurts.
How many rounds have you done? 4. So next time you just follow the guys. But to be careful if you're okay, we don't want to hit here. What was your last one?
No, I had some.
Just put some ice and rest for the next training tomorrow. You don't need to tell the guys, or tell us or tell them. Tell us.
So I did what I could, and today kind of wasn't how I wanted, and no one's harder on me than myself, and I'm gonna be like that for the rest of my career. So I'm just gonna train harder next time.
Next time, better. Tomorrow, I promise.
Thank you. You got it.
Mike is done for today. Now, Kara gets her turn in the Shark Tank.
When they dropped me in the Shark Tank, it was intense to say the least. It was a little bit overwhelming because we don't usually train with MMA gloves. We generally don't hit each other that hard. Like, we do our best to train hard, but they train so much, like, physically harder, and everyone's so much bigger, and they're just conditioned to be like smoking each other in the face.
It's a brutal test, but Kara is still enjoying herself.
like, okay, I think I've just sparred with 5 different people straight. They'd be like, okay, no, you stay in, take 1 minute break, stay in, you know, next guy will come. I'm kind of like, oh, there's always room for improvement. You know, I'm here to learn, I'm here to train hard, and, you know, I'd love to work more striking, and I know I have to work more leg kicks, and I need to improve on my movement when I get kind of stuck in the corners a little bit. For me, it's so much fun at the same time. I love it immensely.
Yeah. Kyla, close your hands, Kyla. Vai, puxa mais dela. Puxa mais que ela não tá nem cansada.
I was just kind of getting so lost in exactly what was happening. You start feeling a little bit confused, and you're like, oh.
Isso, chuta. Chuta no final. Chuta no final. Chuta. Isso. Bota a mão. Roda, roda. Roda, 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 roda. Boa, vai. Vamos. Vamos. Rodou, rodou, rodou. Isso. Olha o chute, olha o chute. Calma, tá muito nervoso. Ah, aquela hora tomou 2 ali, não sabia nem onde tava. Aqui, ó. Isso aí devagar. Devagar, devagar. Vai pegar a mão, olha. Já melhorou muito, mas tem que ser mais devagar. Mas é muito pesado. É, muito pesado, muito peso.
There were like people I didn't know coming over and giving me water, you know, pouring on my head, and it was kind of like, oh, okay, this is gonna be okay.
The Nova team decides to push Kara a little further. Her last 2 opponents will spar for 2.5 minutes each.
It's gonna be the last one. It's gonna be 5 minutes.
Okay, last 5 minutes?
Yeah, breathe more, I think.
Okay.
Right. Kick. Yeah.
Kara has the most triumphant of shark tanks. She's been knocked around, but the Nova União team are impressed with her cardio conditioning.
Don't stop there. Tocar mesmo, eu tenho que botar pra baixo toda hora. Ela tem que fazer isso, porque ela tem um braço muito comprido. Ela não vai tocar, não. Ela, tipo, ela tem que jogar, balançar pro lado e pro outro, socar com os pés. É pedra, eu me lembro que botava pra baixo, ela voltava mais invocada ainda, pra chegar mais no chão. Só...
Considering that Kara is fighting for the first time as a professional, it's going to be the expertise of the Nova União veterans that will give her the edge she needs.
It really gives you the mental strength. All you can do is just try to focus and be like, okay, if this is what these people want me to do, I'm not going to say anything about it. I'm going to, you know, I'm going to try my hardest and show them that I can train with them.
Kara has completed her 20 rounds, and she's told that she's done enough.
It's a different mindset here, really, than it is training in Toronto.
She did great, impressive, you know, it's a killer training for sure. It's so hard to that train here, you know. After that, everybody's really ready to fight, so she did great.
I'm happy, yeah. My face is a little bit sore, but that's okay. It's all good.
It's the end of a tough training day at Nova União. Coach Pedinaris wants to see how his new team members are feeling.
How do you feel about the training today?
different.
Different? Why?
For me, it's not used to like high training. You know, like, I gotta just develop, get used to it.
And you?
I enjoyed it. It was really good.
Yeah, great sparring partner.
I enjoyed it a lot. I just need to work on my grappling. That's the worst part for me, is my cardio and my grappling. But otherwise, I enjoyed it.
The training here is always the same. When the guy have a fight, it's coming, or become his fight. The training really hard. The 2 months before the fight is really hard.
It's different because always before a fight is not like when I was training my camp, it's not like this, you know. And then you come here, dieting, cardio's different, you're a little bit sore, and then all of a sudden, you know, the hard training like the week before, you know, when you're dieting is different. You know, it's hard to get used to.
Pederneiras doesn't want to push the Canadians too hard, only 2 weeks before their fights.
The normal training here is 9 weeks before the fight.
Yeah.
The last week before the fight, the guy just cut away and make a diet, this low training.
Yeah.
But you arrive here and you need to train.
He's a very strong coach. He wants what's best for his fighters. He wants to build like a championship team. No, we really appreciate you opening your time to us and working with us. It's wonderful.
I did bad today. I promise better tomorrow. I promise better tomorrow. Yeah, day one just tough. You know, day 2, 3, 4 better.
What time you coming tomorrow?
What time is
You
the
want
class?
us here?
Probably 9 o'clock. I have a wrestling training. That's good. Because everybody needs wrestling today. If you're really good standing, you need wrestling too. They are not put you down.
Yeah.
I need to stay standing. I want to stay standing.
For sure.
So.
For sure.
So tomorrow 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock. See you tomorrow.
100%.
Thank you.
Okay?
Thank you.
Muito obrigado.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. See you tomorrow.
The Canadians leave their apartment to find Wi-Fi access. They are keen to connect with loved ones back home.
Very exciting.
Lisa, I heard you have the nicest bathtub ever. I heard you got like a really big bathtub, and if there's room for all 3 of us.
All right, let's take a look and see if we can I guess so.
Nice.
Hi, big guy. Mm-hmm. Oh, thank you. Can I have some? Can I have some? Can Daddy have some?
Yeah.
Thank you. Whatever you
Yeah,
have
I
to tell
gotta-
me about him, just message
I got
it
a
to me.
scratch under here
Facebook
and like
it to
a
me so I can read it on Facebook.
cut under here. So,
So do that from
how far are you guys away from weight?
I'm like 5 pounds off.
Nate's 5 pounds.
Like 20.
Mike's 20, but he doesn't have a confirmed opponent at this point. Because they wanted to give him someone who was like 10-1 or something like that.
No, it was only 5-1, but he's really good.
Oh, it was 5-1, but he was really good.
It's always been tough my whole career to get fights because I had a big amateur background. As of now, I'm pretty sure I don't have an opponent. I had one offered to me. You know, I scouted him out. In my eyes, he was like, I think it could have been like a real war. And I'm not sure. I don't want to say would have got the better of me. You know, who knows how it'll go, but I definitely know like it's just a big risk, and I'm not ready to take that risk.
The fighters touch base with their coach Mauricio in Toronto and share the day's experiences.
Training hard.
Yeah.
Or normal.
Train hard. Everybody is very beaten up today. I have bruise here and cut here. Mike's face, very beaten up. Nate, not
Head
bad. Oh yeah, Nate got a big kick in the head.
In the jaw.
In the jaw.
I need the ice, everything ice, the ice.
Okay.
I don't think there's any ice around here. It's too hot.
Mauricio wants to make sure that they take care of themselves before the fights.
Okay, everybody. Tomorrow I call again.
Okay.
Good night, bro.
Boa noite. Até logo. Obrigado, Mauricio. Ciao.
Ciao.
Boy.
Night falls in the center of the MMA universe. The first challenges have been met, but tomorrow will bring new tests. Next time on Fight Exchange.
You know, you see a guy that's, you know, a champ, and all of a sudden you're all over his dick like you're some fanboy.
Mike was kind of really mopey, and nobody really knew what was going on with him.
Like, I'll book my own trip home like tonight. Like I don't care, you know. Like I don't care to be in this atmosphere.
What's that, bro?
Yeah.
You go?
A lot of champions